asked him to come to talk to you about his writing process lyrically and to give you some of his music. So will you please join me in welcoming Don Miggs.
For me, writing is as much about what you don't say or what you don't write as what you actually put on the paper. So you don't always want to give everything away, at least with what I do in songwriting. There's the whole literal way of writing where you say, I just cut my arm and it's bleeding now, you know, as opposed to I'm bleeding, and not really saying where that is and leaving some of it to imagination for people to kind of put the rest of the story around for themselves. And so with this thing, this person just kept telling me how he was living the life that he imagined. And so from that, I just kept saying, it's very high for me to be looking at. It was you, it was me, trapped in fate, meant to be. Anyone could see, anyone can see. 2 seats apart, nothing would stop the power of our dreams. So with that, he actually told me the story of how there were 2 seats apart in a dim sum restaurant. And so I thought it was important because in life, I feel like at any moment, you're 2 seats apart from changing your entire life. Like, you don't know the person 2 seats away from you could be the person that changes your entire life. And that's heavy to me. Or coming in here and meeting me, maybe meeting me didn't change your life, but maybe you go to a MySpace and there's somebody that's on the page that you decide to talk to, and that person changes your life. So I thought that had a lot of weight to it. I thought it meant something, and it passes by really quickly, but there's something that's kind of heavy about that for me. And then the power of words, like you see, anyone could see, and then I say anyone can see. Those little changes from could to can, I think those things, when you're looking at the detail, I think that God or the devil, however you decide, is in the details. And I think it's important that when you're writing, as you were saying about revising, there's always the first draft, there's something that you put out, and then as you kind of get through it more and more, you figure out what's more important, and then how you're going to say things maybe in a way that will relate more. And I thought it was important to say anyone could see, and then anyone can see, because I want to relate to the then and the now. And so he's going to sing this at his wedding. So he's going to say anyone could see when they first started getting together, and anyone can see because the people that are sitting there at the wedding are going to kind of feel that. So I don't know if those details, does that make sense? People, yeah? Good. So, to fill my days with laughter and the night somehow seem magic. I don't know what we've done to deserve this, but here's an idea. I won't tell if you don't. All of this is real. It took crossing that line to make it clear. I can't believe how lucky we feel. True love is right here. Don't look now. We're living the life we imagine. Funny how that happened. Now there's so much we've yet to unfold, as big as our imagination holds. If I don't read, it's like not eating my fruits and vegetables. Like, where do you draw your knowledge from? It's the reason why I studied classical guitar. I went to the School of the Arts in New York, and every Friday we'd have a recital. And almost every Friday I would play a classical piece that I had written. And almost every Friday I would get in trouble. Because after the class, the teacher, and he was dead on, but I didn't realize at the time, he said, you can't really break the rules until you learn them. And I'm not saying this is like across the board, but what he taught me is that I needed to actually learn about the masters. I had to learn about Mozart and Bach and Beethoven and learn how to play that stuff, so I even knew what the rules were I was breaking. Because what I did a lot of was I was just like, I'm going to do my own thing. It doesn't, you know, that's kind of the way I'm going to roll. And then at some point, you sort of run out of ideas. You run out of that basic knowledge. And so reading, if you are a writer, I think you need to consider, I'm not saying your way is wrong, by the way, you could be the best writer ever, so I'm not that bright to know that. So, but I think if you're going to be someone who wants to be a writer, you have to start with what you read. You have to feed yourself.
What did they write? That's it.
All right. So, by the way, this, even though I just kind of took it, this is brave. This is like saying, like it or not like it, here it is. And that, to me, it doesn't matter what's on this paper. That's amazing to do. Whichever one of you did it, that's amazing. This is from someone in that row. I knew there was violence. I pretended it wasn't there. I heard people screaming. I saw deaths on the news. I worried I would be next. I wonder what could be the cure. I feel I could do something more. I dream of universal peace. I cry for the departed. I want to see them come back. I understand some won't listen, and I try anyway. I say there is a problem, and I hope there is a solution. It's amazing. So, for me, what resonates with something like this is this is heart on the sleeve writing to me. It's heart on the sleeve writing. It's just being really plain, and it's speaking straight to somebody. And there's not a lot of fluff. And that's, for me, that's my favorite kind of writing. And maybe because it's harder for me to write, it's about the front door like a ghost into a fog where no one notices the contrast of white on white. Because honestly, I listen to half of that and I go, how did he ever even get there? You know, the contrast of white on white. That's so powerful to me. But for me, when I can read something like this, where it's just, it's right there. Which one of you wrote this? Be honest.
You can make it a song if you want.
Who's West?
No.
Oh, well then West. Thank you very much. This was great. This was great. So is anyone up? Can I get a photocopy of this or something? Because I will make it a song. I will do it for our 5 p.m. whatever. I will have this be something in a song. Oh, I do like the power of love. So, that's where I'm stuck.
Oh, they're starting.
Oh, so I dream of universal peace. Cry for what we've lost. I can feel the hurt they feel, and I wonder about the cost. I want to see us get back our equality. There were deaths on the news. I wondered who was next. And I wish I could be the change before I wish I didn't regret.